going on, YouTube? Ali Dope. I'm checking in once again, and welcome back to our Best Fonts for Designers Episode 4. Yes, sir. Today, we're going to be going over Sci-Fi fonts for designers. Now, sci-fi movies and designs have always been a favorite of mine. I just like the way that they look and how they complement other fonts so well without being so distracting. Fonts and formatting play a major part in the overall success or the failure of any particular design. A typeface that doesn't really fit in the design can easily jolt your audience right out of that fictional world that you're creating within your design. And this goes especially for science fiction designs or titling, when you're trying to get the audience to buy into the world, the time, the place of this fictional world that you created. Not all science fiction designs or movies or stories are based on the future. In this episode, I want to recommend some that provide a timeless feel. Now, science fiction fonts come in all different shapes, sizes, and styles. Today, I'm just going to focus on some sans serif ones that you might not have heard of, and not the basic ones like, you know, the Back to the Future font or the Star Wars font. Like, those are given. We're going to dive a little bit deeper into what you can use or consider a science fiction font. So once again, without further ado, let's hop into the computer and let's look at the fonts for the day. Okay, first font going to be FF Blur, Sci-Fi font. Let's get to it. Okay, FF Blur was designed by Neville Brody in 1991, and FF Blur was one of 23 designs to make the cut to be inducted into the Museum of Modern Art for digital typefaces in its permanent collection. One of the reasons why I love this font is because it's just so versatile. It's a great subtext font. It can be paired or stand alone. It has various weights like light, medium, and bold. It was also the main typeface for TLC's Crazy Sexy album cover, where the designer used the various weights to create that specific title, which I think was pretty cool. Next up is Y Files. Y'all recognize this font. Y Files is a font based on the science fiction horror drama TV series The X-Files. This font actually won the title sequence, which won the show its first Emmy Award for outstanding graphic design and title sequences. This font has over 30 weight styles to use. I like the sleekness of it. It could be great for kerning the text, for subtext, or as the main font. All right, next up, Uzi. Now, Uzi's a dope font that just screams sci-fi like soon as you see it. It can definitely stand alone with the various weights and styles as the other fonts. Uzi's a bolder font than the rest of the fonts on this list, but would be dope to add some sort of 3D extruding to it or leave it as it is. It's a pretty standalone font. Finally, last but not least, is Baby Universe. I think Baby Universe is the most basic of the sci-fi fonts just because it just looks so sci-fi-ish and like from the 2000s or whatever. I use it because it works great for track lists and main titles. It only has 2 styles to use, but it's an overall cool font to just throw in your arsenal just so you can have it in your bag. Now that's all for the science fiction fonts for today. I hope you picked one up. I hope something stood out to you that you can use in your next project or design. Now, there's nothing worse than ugly fonts, so use some of the fonts that I suggested in your next design and play around. And like always, you guys, keep learning, keep creating. Most importantly, keep hustling, baby. Till next time, Ali Dope, I'm checking out. Yes, sir.